Hello guys, it's Paula, and I hope you guys are doing good this evening. I am going to finish up a Christmas book that I started before my surgery, and I kind of wanted to have a head start. And then once this one is finished, then I can move on and we can work through some. So, this book measures, I'm just letting you guys know what size I'm working with. It's a 9 by 6. 9 by 6. It's made just like, kind of like a traveler's notebook. It's just, I think it's a little bigger, 9 by 6. But look at the cute little beads on it. This is for the person who likes the woods. It's like cabin, woods, deer, you know, all that sort of stuff. Outdoorsy. So I just thought I had made this book for someone else as a gift that's coming up, and for their birthday, and I haven't given it to them yet, but I did 2 at the same time. I started working on 2, and I didn't have time to finish this one. So I'm going to finish this and have you help me decorate it. The only thing I've got left to do is put in the embellishments, and so I thought we could do that together and chat along the way. Okay, so I've cut and inked things that I felt like needed it. And so now we're going to just talk our way through it. So what I'm doing in most of my Christmas books this year is I'm adding vintage magazine articles that might go along with whatever the book's theme is. And like this one, I looked for deer and reefs and stuff like that. I thought, you know, well, that would look woodsy. This book has 26 pages, so I made it as big as I could for the type of book it was, and allow some stuff to be put in it. And so it would make this is for the person that likes a smaller December daily. Okay. But it does have, like I said, 25 pages, not counting the cover. Okay, so I did zigzag and straight stitch around the cover. I put a strip of plaid on this black one and had it come out a little bit, see, on the side. So you can see it when you're looking at the book. You can see this plaid from the front. Okay, so all those explanations are over. I've already inked the book and everything. All the inking is done, and I've told you that already, right? Okay, so I am going to start with this inside pocket right here. And so this was a square journaling card, and I'm just going to put it right here. It is a journaling card of a reef. This part was cut off, of course. It says, "'Tis the season to be jolly." So we're going to glue it down and make it into like a pocket. And anyway, I hope you guys have been having a good day for a Monday, as good as it can be, I guess. I feel like my day was definitely good today. I was able to get rid of the walker. Oh, my word. I hate that thing. And so I'm using a cane now, but I'm not as good with a cane as I would like to be. So I'm having to be super careful. Although she told me, really all the cane does, this is what the therapist told me, really all the cane does is help you keep your balance if you should get rocky. She says it doesn't take any weight off of the hip. So now I'm walking full weight. And So that's good. That's good to know. I said, so if I was walking really good, I wouldn't even need the cane. And she says, pretty much. She says, but he's ordered it, so you need to use it. And I said, oh, absolutely I will. Because I have a tendency to be a little clumsy. What can I say? And it's all new. The clumsiness comes as I've gotten older. I'm getting some of this excess glue right there. All right, so now we have this pocket. We're going to be putting this in this pocket when this dries. We're going to have it ready to go in there. Come on. Okay, there we go. We're going to put this journaling card in there. It's just you know, fern and polka dots. But it will go here, but there'll be these things that will go in front of it. So I'm just going to lay it there while this pocket dries. And I'm going to make I think I hear Gail say these are for Melinda, or I don't know the person's name. So I guess I shouldn't chop it up. So I'm going to cut this over like this into a tag. And then bring the other side over. And do like this. And you could toss these little pieces, because we're just wanting to have a tag. Now this did not get inked, probably because I had to cut into it, or because I forgot. One or the other. So I guess I fibbed when I said everything had been inked. Some of the stuff I got ready yesterday, and some of it I got ready early this morning when I couldn't sleep. And I just, been pacing myself. I have to have sessions, so long in the craft room, and then back out. But anyway, I think now that I'll be able to walk on it, on my hip and everything, it will get some of the soreness worked out of it, and hopefully be able to not have to take any pain pills. Now, see, it's going to flip open this way. So you'll have journaling here and here. And these are my favorite type of tags, because I just feel like it benefits you when it comes to journaling. And they're fun to make. They're great to make, to use scraps and so forth. And let's see. This poor little cushion on this tool, ink tool, is about had it. Okay, let's see if everything else. I see one more thing. Oh, that's not for this one. That's for the next pocket, or next page. Okay, so now we have this khaki, sorry, it has all the dust from that tool. How they get when they start cracking. And even though I just replaced this one yesterday morning, or the day before yesterday, I guess. No more than 2 days ago, for sure. Okay, so I have this Santa right here. And I want to put him on the front of the card. And let me see. And he's going to be like, the main part of this. But I thought he definitely looked like a mountain type Santa, carrying the firewood and so forth. And just everything about him looks really like a Santa that is camping. or he works in the woods. I'm not sure which. But I'm going to glue him down onto the front of our tag, and he takes up the whole space. Now, let me tell you, I think I'm going to put him down with glue stick and with Fabri-Tac. Lord, you'd think I'd been gone forever. Okay, so, because he has a lot of little pieces sticking out here, you know, and I want to make sure that all of those are stuck down really good. So what the Fabri-Tac doesn't get, the glue stick will. And we don't have to worry about him coming off. So I spent the biggest part of my recovery fussy cutting. Oh my gosh. When I felt like it, I would be fussy cutting, and I cut out so many images like this. You have no idea. A lot. Okay, now I'm going to put this Fabri-Tac on the back of him. Just, you know, so he doesn't come off here. All right. Flip him over and put him on our tag. Come on, Santa. He is so cool looking. Yeah. So I cut out a lot of these images. Not just this Santa. Lots of different kinds. I've used a bunch, but I did lots of different kinds of Santas. And angels and children, you know, playing in the snow. Reindeer. No, I don't think there was any reindeer. Not just by themselves. So I cut out a lot of vintage type Christmas pictures. And I guess that little bit I put down by the foot decides to cause issues here. But we're going to get it. Okay, there we go. He looks cool. Now, I'm going to not put a hole in the top. I'm going to take this piece of red sari silk and I'm going to glue it on the top. Here on the top, I'm going to put a little bit of glue like this, kind of off to the side a little bit. And then we'll glue this one side down. Maybe I should glue the bigger side down since I squirted out quite a bit. And the thing I'm trying to accomplish here is just nothing fancy. You know, this isn't going to be anything fancy. I'm going to hold it for a second, and then I'm going to kind of pull it over to one side a little bit so that it's not right behind itself, kind of at a loop, kind of where it makes a loop. And I'm going to cut some of this off, and we're going to do it right here. I'm going to put a little bit right there. Okay. I have my desk, my room is so full that if one thing touches something else, everything falls. It's kind of like dominoes. Okay, so there we go. Now, I have made a tag, not a tag, I've got a bulb pin here that has a reindeer or a little deer on it, not necessarily a reindeer. And it is just a deer you would see in the woods. And the red and green beads. I hope you guys can see that. Now, I'm going to take it and open it, and we're going to pin it onto this tag topper. Now, I'm bringing it up a little bit so that it's not hanging right in front of Santa's face. It's really cute. Really, really cute. Yeah. So there we go. Can you see there? So this is going to go in first, this journaling card. And then our Santa is going to go in right in front. Just like that. All right, now moving right along, let me get the lid back on my glue here. We don't want to have any issues with that. Okay, so now we're going to flip the page. This page is complete. The front page is complete. We're going to flip the page. I am like looking at my other book on the other side here. That is the gift. I kind of want to make them real similar because I love the way it turned out. So, I try to use Christmas music in all of the books that I make for Christmas until I run out and can't find any more. And then that changes. I know I can't do that some. It's from Babes in Toyland. I had never heard of that. And when I saw that, I'm like, whoever gets this is going to think that's not a Christmas song. But evidently, it is from Babes in Toyland. It's maybe not the common. I'm inking this little photo of this little girl and her baby doll, because it's going to go in this next pocket, and it didn't get inked either for some reason. I thought I was doing so good on the inking. Okay, so here is our pocket. Okay, and we're just going to glue the pocket right here on the left side. And hopefully it'll dry quick. By the time we get to the back of the book, this part should be dry in the front. So we should be able to get everything in the book. Hopefully. Okay. So I just took this fern, our Christmas pine, I guess is what it is. And I just put a piece of the plaid, a strip of the plaid on there to just kind of add a little bit of color, because I want everything to kind of be traditional colors in this book. So what I'm doing here is I ran over some glue that just got all over me, but now I don't see it. Maybe it was right there. Don't want anything gluing down the spine. Okay, so this is going to, it's going to house this big journaling card. Oh my goodness. This thing is not inked either. I am sorry, guys. I might have, maybe I just inked the stuff that I did this morning and didn't realize it. That's what happens when you're still trying to get in the, back in to your normal. You forget to do some things. So I'm using some really cool journaling cards that I bought last year. And I love them. They're just real basic, but I had enough of the ones that looked, I'm going to have to quit inking over the book because it's getting full. It's getting full. Okay, so this will go here in the back. And then we have this postcard, I'm sorry, that we're going to put in front of that. And, of course, I'm going to ink it because this is an actual copy of one of these postcards. Anything that's a postcard, I copied my vintage postcards because I couldn't afford to give them all away. And, you know, and I like to use them. And they were all actual postcards. Now, you'll know the difference in something that's not like, this is not a postcard. This is a copy of a photograph. But, yeah, you'll see what I mean as we go along. Okay, so this, and this will go behind inside this pocket. But right now we're just going to lay it right here and give it a little bit of time to get all dried up. And we're going to move on to the next page. I am trying to find what we're going to do next. Okay, now we're going to go over here to this green page. And if you notice here, it says ho, 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 and it has these two reindeer. And I just thought that was precious. And so I'll have to, this is what we're going to use here. Some cream sari silk. And this little journaling card, that has not been inked, but this has. Good grief. I'm going to hold this right here so I don't get it all over the book. This is a copy of one of the vintage cards, postcards that I have. Anytime I see some that are different, I try to grab them, but you know, I'm still trying to get to the point that maybe someday I can give out actual vintage postcards, but they're not, you know, you can't find them or buy them for less than $2, and sometimes $5. So it depends on the age of the postcard. Okay, now we're going to glue this down here on the side. This came from My Porch Prints. These are pockets from My Porch Prints. And I'll double check that to make sure, but everything will be in the link below. But this is My Porch Prints. I'm almost 100% sure. Now, we're not going to glue behind it. We're going to use the front or the inside pocket. So we're going to be able to go ahead and glue this down completely. I did that because this is kind of heavy, and the paper it's on is not as heavy. So I don't want it to, you know, tear the paper. And by weighing it down too much. Sometimes this Fabri-Tac, I'm telling you, it's like you open it completely up and it still gives you a hard time coming out. When you want it to come out, it don't come out. And when you do, it does. It doesn't. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the far left corner. Far left lower corner. So the whole thing is going to be down. I love the color scheme of this. Okay, so I want to put this little girl in this pocket. And I'm going to use this sari silk that's kind of flattened out. I'm going to roll it up a little bit at the top. I'm going to cut this off. It's like where they connected two pieces together. And we're going to do this the same way we did the tag earlier. So we're going to put it to one side. Okay. And then to the other side. Come on, let's get on there. I don't know why this sari silk is giving me a hard time. Let's start over with that. I'm going to fold it back in. little bit. Normally this stuff just, you have to work hard for it to not be all wrinkled up. Okay, now this time we're going to pull it and glue it to the left back side. As soon as I get it to accept the fact. There it goes. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to glue it on this side, right here in the back. Good night. This thing. I may have to redo this if I can't get it to act right this first time. Well, let me get a different piece of Sari Silk. I don't know what's wrong with that one. It's crazy. I'm digging through my box as we speak. Okay, usually, now it's going to dry. Usually you can get, you can get it to glue right down because it doesn't want to be. You see, usually it's all wadded up. Let's see if this one will cooperate. So far, so good. Okay, so we got it glued to the front, and now we're going to go over here and add some more glue on the back. And then fold it over. Goodness. Thought, man, is that ever going to work? I love the way Sari Silk looks on different items. Okay, so this is going to go down into this pocket when it dries. Okay, and I'm actually going to add a little bit more. I've got some loose. Don't want it to be loose on the front there. There we go. Much better. So we're going to let this dry. I'm going to kind of put it at the top because it's wet on the front and the back. All right, so moving along, look at this beautiful wreath on here. We had the reindeer here, and I told you we're doing wreaths and reindeer. Although I don't really put any of the wreaths in the book outside of what is decided to be there. So, okay, so now here is another postcard I copied, and I'm using as many of my postcards as I can. I love the way they look in the journals. I like them better than just having plain journaling cards in. There's some really cute ones. Now this journaling card is going to stand alone, and he is going to be right here on this white paper that is used for bullet journaling, I believe. I just added some in here, and he's going to go right here, and I'm using like a kind of like a copper paper clip right there. So that was easy right there, right? I don't want to overload the books this year because I want everyone to be able to do their own decorating when they do December Daily. Now, I know a lot of people like to have it done. So I'm looking for something to just put in the corner that might look, this is my little, just my little pieces from a bunch of different collections, because you know, you get to that point where, you know, you need, look at that cute little reindeer right there. Isn't he cute? He would be cute on there. Let's put him on. I like him. We're going to have to fussy cut him. But I've been good at that lately. Let me close the lid on my glue because it gets hard to squeeze if we don't have the lid on it. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off this little cute little snowman. He's cute too. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh well. I'm just going to cut this little guy and I'm going to put him here on this candy cane stripe envelope. Just to kind of decorate it. It's kind of plain. And I really didn't intend on decorating it at all, but it just looked lonely to me whenever it came to this page. So I've been putting like just some kind of little image or a floral or something like that. I don't normally fussy cut with these giant scissors, but it seems to be working okay. I have had these Tim Holtz scissors forever, and these are the best. I love the long cutting stride that you get from them. So, I had some people ask me, and so I'm answering the question here rather than on the comment, because I had more than one person ask me, where did I get the window envelope, the small window envelope from the last video where I did the flip through. That came from Denise's A Tattered Dream is where I believe I got that. You know, I've had them and I buy a lot of stuff from a lot of different people and there's no way to know for sure, but I'm almost positive that's who I bought them from. If you don't find them there, let me know and I'll dig through my receipt drawer. I really don't want to have to do that if I don't need to, because you know that's quite a full thing to dig through. Okay, so we're going to put glue stick on the back of this because he's so cute. He's going to make me want to cut all of them out. Since we're doing reindeer in this book, or just deer in general, I thought he would be cute. Come on, little guy. Right here. How cute is he? Yes, I like that. What do you think? It's cute, isn't he? Okay, so now I'm going to toss this trash, put the lid on my glue, and move on to the next page. Which in this next page, we will be... Well, wait a minute. No, we're not going to do anything with the back. I thought I may have my book and this book a little bit out of order. So I'm going to go over. You know what? I don't think this book. Oh, it doesn't. I didn't put this envelope. I didn't put this envelope in the one that I made for my friend's gift for her birthday. Okay. So this area right here needs a journaling card. And let me grab them. And we'll decide, because I didn't have that planned out. Oh, I love the Merry Christmas, but oh, look at the stripe. I like the stripe. Peace, love, and joy. These are very nice journaling cards, and I will hate it when they're gone. Oh, that's pretty with the snowflakes too. I think we'll go with the peace, love, and joy. It just looks like it goes there. So do a little bit of ink around this portion and then on the back. And I'm wondering, would it look better if we put maybe put Santa right here, or is that too white? It might look better. Now I'm going to flip this upside down because I want you to be able to see it, that it's in there. Yeah, just like that. Doesn't that look cool? I like that. This envelope, this particular envelope was bound into the book. Okay, so here we have a little Santa to match the little reindeer on the other side. So I say we might as well put him here because he'll just be lonely without Santa. And anyway, so I have a story for you guys. I'm sure I've bored you to death with, oh, my hip, oh, my cane, oh, my pain pill. That's all I've lived the last few weeks. Or really the last several months. But anyway, I'm so ready for it to be over. I'm going to a retreat. Let's see, November 7th through the 10th. And I hope that I'm really ready to do that. But my sister's going to be with me. And we have a car. We can drive back to our hotel if we need to. Rest or whatever. And trust me, we'll rest because we're little old ladies. Okay, so I'm going to ink around our little Santa, because I don't want all the white areas where I trimmed around him to stand out. This way he'll pop off the page a little better too. Anyway, so back to my story I haven't even started, and it's about Charlie. All of you, or most of you who have watched all my videos, know about Charlie, so I'm not going to go into a lot of details on all of that again, because most of you know everything there is about that. Charlie was given a wonderful gift by people who donate to Make-A-Wish. So Charlie was one of the lucky kids that had Make-A-Wish send him to wherever he wanted to go. And he wanted to go see Mickey and Minnie Mouse. So that is where they went, and his send-off party was on Sunday, last Sunday, not this past one, but Sunday before last. And then they left on Monday morning, and they're at the airport. They're having some layovers at the airport right now, so because of weather. And look at him. How cute does little Santa look there? All right, we're going to go forward here. So anyway, yes, he got to do Make-A-Wish. And it's a wonderful organization. Make-A-Wish got the whole family shirts and got Lucy Minnie Mouse ears and Charlie Mickey Mouse ears. And they sent them off for a wonderful, outstanding vacation. They actually were in some of the areas that Disney has for special things like this, and they stayed in a Make-A-Wish home during their vacation. So we have pictures of them standing out in front of the house, and it is very character-like, and I'm anxious to get the pictures, and when I do, I'll share some of them with you. On the way to the vacation, when they left our airport here, they got to meet he got to meet the captains, and so he got to go in the cockpit, and we have a really cute picture of him standing in the cockpit between the two pilots, and they're all smiling and looking at the camera, and Charlie looks really, really happy. And then we got pictures of him looking out the window of the plane. So it started off immediately when he stepped foot on the plane. It started off to be a very fun vacation. Okay, so now we're going to do the next set. Let me see how much time we've got. Okay, we have about 15 minutes. So we're going to getting things together here. We're going to put these little black tabs here on the front of both of these tags. Okay. And we won't even worry about putting any on the back. We just want the front to look beautiful. I only have 2, so that's why. Okay, so we've got those. We've got 2 pockets. We've got sari silk for both of them. So I'm going to cut it in half. So it's going to actually go, and we may have to get some more. I don't think I laid out enough. It's going to have to go right through. I say this like it's going to be simple. Right through the khaki tags. And I hope this is long enough. I thought I used a short piece before. Sorry, this looks crazy. My hands are not working right. There we go. I just tied it once, but I tied it tight. And that's how I usually do it. Okay, let's see if this one is going to fit on the other side. It's a little bit shorter. We'll just see what we're dealing with here. So I thought we would do a scallop type design on these. Yeah, that one's a little shorter, so we'll just even them up. That's the thing to do, right? Just even them up. Okay, so now let's put our pockets where they go first. And so we're doing 2 pages right now, 2 pages at a time. Okay, we're gonna do down the sides here with the glue, both sides. And you might be wondering why we don't have this folded, because it really is not, you just go across the bottom on this particular pocket. And it will go down in this corner, the far left corner. You just want to hold it for a minute. Because you don't want the pocket so big that everything starts coming out of it. And so if you just glue this bottom portion down and you have this particular design, I learned that from art from Andrea over at Artie Mays. She does her tags like this, and not all of them, but she does do some of them like that, and I just think it's brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to go on the other side to the green paper right here and glue this one down. And that way these can be drying. And we'll decorate the tag first, and then we can come back and decorate the pocket. Okay, the far right hand lower corner. Trying to keep this from... So yeah, we're anxious we saw all the pictures from the first day, or some, and we haven't heard what was Charlie's favorite things and all that yet. So we're anxious to hear all about the vacation. But I'm sure right now they're pretty tired because, you know, the kids had fall break last week. Or Charlie did. But Lucy didn't. So she's having to make up a lot of homework. But I think it'll be worth it to her. Okay, I'm getting any kind of excess glue off. I got a little, obviously got a little carried away putting the glue on. You never know when it's gonna like it or not like it. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to set this over to the side while we do the tags. Okay, so we're just going to take this scallop. What happened to my paper? I had some paper. I had a long sheet of red paper. There it is. Start to say, man, what's up with that? Okay. So we're going to start here on the punch. And we will just, you know, sometimes I have good luck with these and sometimes I don't. Do you guys have love-hate relationships with these little punches? Okay, we got that side. So that should be enough for one of the little tags. Okay, so we're going to put it up here like this and see where we need to cut. But first, let's trim it. Underneath. All right, we don't need it to be that long, do we? So let's do it right here. Just like this. Yeah, that one's ready. Now let's do the other one. Yeah, sometimes these things work wonderful. And I've had them where I've thrown them in the trash because I can't take it anymore. And every now and then you get a little tiny string of paper. Okay, so we're going to cut this. And it doesn't matter if they're perfectly matched, because these are going to be on two different pages. you won't be able to tell the difference. Okay. And they make a mess. They do make a mess. We have to clean it up. Got little, tiny little confetti everywhere. I'll probably wear it to bed tonight. Well, okay, so now let's also use the glue stick on this because it has so many little unpredictable spaces on it. And we're going to set that down right here. Straight across, and we'll just make sure it's straight and then let it dry for a little bit, and then we'll go back and trim off any excess glue. I'm kind of rubbing it off the front because, you know, you can see it in some places. Okay, and then let's do this one. You guys, I haven't told you this. Sadie has had to stay at my brother's house because I can't bend down and to put the leash on her to send her outside to potty. Is that nuts? So she's been staying with what we call her Uncle Cheryl. I don't know how that got started. I don't even remember, but my brother's wife is called Uncle Cheryl, and it was a name one of my grandkids gave them, and somebody misspoke or something, and one of the kids misspoke and called her Uncle Cheryl, and it's kind of been a joke ever since. Okay, so now I'm going to trim any excess paper off. Okie doke. So those are cute, right? I thought those turned out really cute. If you wanted to add a strip or two of other colors, you could. But I think what we're going to do is just leave it like that. And actually, you know what? On the other one, I did it different. Of course I did. I didn't look. So I did the scallops down here. Instead of going up, I had them going down. But it doesn't matter. I might go back if I have some time and add some other stuff there. Okay, so I'm going to move these over and move our book back in place. And we'll go from here. Now, this is ready to go back. It's ready to go in. I'm going to go ahead and slide it down in there. Okay, right here. Let's see. So we can put those in. Oh my goodness. Saw a little bit of glue right there. So I like the way it looks, just slightly different than that khaki. And then we'll put this one over here. And then we will decorate right here. Now what I did with the last ones, and I'm pulling all this sari silk out. Excuse me. Oh, that's a big piece. Surely I have some smaller pieces. That's smaller. Okay. Sorry, I'm picking up what I'm dropping as I drop it. Okay, so I tell you, there are some sari silks that have so much string on them, and then you get some that doesn't have hardly any, and it drives me crazy because it attaches to your fingernails or to glue or whatever, and it is a little bit annoying. Okay, so on here, I want to do just we're just going to glue along this line like that. And I'm going to show you by putting a little bit of glue right here along this curve. And we're going to take it and we're going to connect it. Just 1 second. More of this string is attached to me. Come on. There we go. All right. So, and when I do this, I just kind of put it on there, you know. I don't pay much attention. And I'm just kind of following the curve. Okay. Following the curve. All right, now I'm going to cut it. And I'll come back and do some cleaning up. You know, like this right here needs a little bit of glue. Now, after I do the other side, we will find something to hang here in the middle. I'm trying to remember what we did last time. Let's see. Let's go over here and do the same thing on the other page. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to take it right there, curve it around. And we're going to trim it off. Whoops. Now, on the other, believe it or not, both of these came off the same. See the difference in the color? They both came off the same row of sari silk. Part of it's red, part of it's maroon. I mean, how does that happen? I don't know, but it did. Okay, so, and this same over here. So I guess as long as it's a matching set, it's okay, right? I don't know. Okay, so on the other one, I had little Santa heads that I hung right here and here. But I don't have any more of those little Santa heads. But I'm going to see what we do have. I think I had decided to put like a tag or something there, a Santa tag. Maybe just hang some tags. I've got a lot of cute little Santa tags, which I love using them. Like here's one. So, you know, we could put a tag there and maybe even 2 tags if we should decide to. Okay. I'm going to cut these little, it's 2 different kinds of Santas, like a vintage Santa and an 80s Santa. That's what it makes me think of. And then I have some, how about we use some of the, I'm sorry, I'm getting this here. How about we use some of the fern or the pine cone or the pine needles is what I'm trying to say. And I keep calling it something else. These are lots bigger than I like. So I have some small ones. Let me grab them here. I thought these would work, but I guess not. So I have some little tiny ones. So we'll just put those on. Here is okay. They're so little. So this one it's got a candy cane, so we'll do the candy cane with this one. They're like little miniatures. Has a little, like an 80s Santa on it. Gonna put a little bit of ink. Okay, and then we're gonna do the candy cane the same way. Okay. Mercy. Didn't think about that happening. I just grabbed tags because they're small, thinking, Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is put the little Santa and the little candy cane, upside down candy cane. Let's turn it around like this. I'm going to take my tiny attacher, attach them together, and then we're just going to kind of glue them and shove them up under the sari silk. And they should look cute. There we go. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. I probably should have put something underneath. I'll go back and do that. And then we'll do the other side the same way. Let's find the little tiny... Let's find a Santa that doesn't look... here's one. I think the smaller they make these things, it kind of stretches out the faces of the Santa. He kind of looks wide. If I can get hold of these tags. So here we have a little fern, not a fern, pine needles. Hope you guys can see. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. This little Santa, he looks more like he came out of a cabin. I'll show him to you in just a second. All right, so going to do it just like this. Going to use my tiny attacher. Let me hold it up so you can see. He looks kind of woodsy, doesn't he? Going to add some glue here on the back. Gonna slide it right under here. How cute. Yeah. I think that turned out cute. We'll flip over and you can see the other one. Except the sari silks are different colors. I guess it's just how that ream came. That's all I can think of. Okay, guys, listen. We have to get off of here. We were past our 1 hour. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I have some good giveaways planned for down the road when I reach my 2,000. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that too. I'm kind of flipping backwards so you can see how some of these turned out once we put everything into the pockets. Yeah, we hadn't put that in yet. Let's put this one in. Have this big journaling card there. And then this postcard here. And then the little picture of the little girl right there, which I think it needs to be the other way, like that. Yeah. How cute. And then we're going to go over here and see that he's all put in there nice and cozy, and he is. All right, guys, I'm going to end this video, and we'll have to do a part 2 to see the rest. I'll see you in part 2. Bye.